Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Ruchika and I am a recruiter with Microsoft, and I've been a recruiter for almost 10 years now. So it's my job to basically hunt for talent and bring them into the organization. And for those of you who do know me, well, I apologize for not being able to create content for so many months now. I know it's been almost 3 to 4 months since I last uploaded a video on my channel, and well, there are many reasons for that, and I'll probably do another separate video and I'll cover what happened and how did I navigate that. Nothing drastic happened, just that I wasn't able to find time. So today's video is how do you nail your internship. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I know that a lot of people are basically going to start their 6-month internship in a couple of weeks or in a couple of days. And I thought of creating something more in the lines of what is it that you need to keep in mind to make sure that you're successful at your internship. Now, I've been an internship program manager at Microsoft for a couple of years. I really loved my role when I was doing the intern program manager role, and I kind of got to plan and strategize a lot of experiences for interns and for managers and for mentors. But also, in addition to that, my key focus area was the conversion of interns to full-time professionals. So that entire, the process was something that I was, responsible for. And I kind of know, what kind of goes into it at the back end. And I thought of kind of sharing some of my tips and tricks that I typically share with interns who come into Microsoft. If this is the first time that you're interning anywhere, it could be a summer internship, it could be a 6-month internship. You do need to keep these things in mind as you start your internship. Right? So the first thing that you need to keep in mind is your ecosystem. So when you're starting off as an intern, there is a whole ecosystem that you need to work with, right? It's not just you working on a project. There are multiple stakeholders that you get to work with, starting off with your managers, starting off with your mentors, starting off with your admins. There are peers that you're working with. If in case you're in a client-facing role, then of course there are external clients that you're working with. So I'm going to be covering some of the key essentials that you need to keep in mind when you're working with each of these stakeholders. So the first one is manager. So who exactly is a manager? A manager is basically someone who is assessing your internship journey, and also probably taking notes at the back end and seeing if this person is fit for a full-time opportunity in the near future. So the manager is the most important person in the entire ecosystem, because they get to decide if you get that final job with the organization or not. So what are the things that you need to keep in mind when you are working with the manager? Now, managers are fairly seasoned. They probably spend what I'm assuming 5 to 8 years in the organization, and they have a lot of experience. So they are obviously also managing a team, by themselves, which means that you probably will not have a lot of interaction with them on a daily basis, right? So you need to make sure that you're able to make time with them, make sure that you're able to connect with them at least once weekly, set up a cadence which works for you and for your manager. Make sure that it's on the calendar from the beginning of your internship till the end. Even if your manager is not able to make those meetings, that's fine. But as a mandate, you need to make sure that you have your regular connects, your regular interactions with your manager, because you need to keep them informed of what exactly it is that you're working on a daily basis. All right. So manager is your number one priority, and you need to make sure that you're regularly connecting with them. All right. The next one is a mentor. So who exactly is a mentor? A mentor could be somebody who is not that experienced. Probably he or she has been into the system for about, say, 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So they're fairly, early in their career as well. However, they have a lot of experience, and they can also share their experiences with you and help you and hold you in being successful at your internship. So mentors, again, while they are not your friends, they are like your seniors, but you need to make sure that you're again regularly connecting with your mentor throughout your internship. It could be a daily connect, probably a morning or an evening connect, or whatever works for you. Make sure that you're connecting with your mentors daily, and make sure that you have a good rapport with them, because again, a lot of feedback that is given to the managers comes from the mentors as well. So it's very, very important that you keep them on the good side. You make sure that you're meeting deadlines, you're informing your mentors in case you're taking any offs or any leaves, because a lot of work, it's going to be a tag team that you do with your mentors, and make sure that you keep them informed so that you're not dropping the ball, or they are not dropping the ball on your behalf when you are off, or there's some emergency or you need to take some time off. All right, so make sure mentors are also very, very essential part of the ecosystem, because they share a lot of transparent feedback with the managers. The next one is make sure that you are oversharing than undersharing. Now, what I mean by oversharing is if there is a task that has been given to you and you have completed that task before time or on time, make sure that you're informing your manager and your mentor about the same, that hey, I was assigned this particular task and I have done it, just for your information. What happens is, and especially this is very true in an environment where you're kind of virtually interning, obviously you're away from your manager, you're away from your mentor, you don't know what they're up to, what you're up to. What this does is this creates discipline, this creates accountability, and your manager knows that you're doing everything possible to make sure that you're sharing your work with them and meeting the deadlines and meeting the timelines on time. So always make sure, even if it's the smallest task, just go ahead and share it with the manager. Send out an email saying that, okay, this is done. Let me know if there's something else that you need me to pick up. This also shows that you're eager to pick up more responsibilities, and you're showing up as your authentic self. The next one is ask for tangible deliverables. Now, I know a lot of internship when it starts, and you're kind of given the project to work on, and you're still in the nascent stages, the first week or so, you're still figuring out what exactly are my deliverables. Even the manager probably could be figuring out what is it that you need to work on, during the next 2 or 3 months, whatever. During that point in time, make sure that you're asking for tangible deliverables. So, let's say your internship is, say, 8 weeks long. What are the things that you need to achieve by the 4th week or the 5th week in order to show impact? Right? So that is very, very important, because what happens is then you're also showing this is the task that was given to me and this is the work that I've done against that task. Typically, internships are little task oriented. There are like some certain milestones that are given to you and you need to achieve that in order to be, considered for a full-time opportunity. So be upfront in case, you're not able to get a clarity on what kind of what is the task at the end of the day. Make sure that you set up more time and get that clarity, especially in a virtual environment, because obviously you're kind of communicating through Teams or any other platform, and it could be that you misheard something or you misunderstood something. So make sure that once you get a task, you also send out an email, just kind of confirming and reconfirming that this was the task kind of given to me, and this is the deadline by which I'll meet. I hope you're all on the same page, so that you're not wasting your time doing certain things and you realize, damn it, I didn't have to do it in the first place, right? So clarity from the beginning of the internship is absolutely necessary. The next one is ask for help. Now, I know a lot of interns tend to do this, and I think my advice to most of them is that you are new. We understand that you do not know everything, right? Obviously, you're probably in your pre-final year, you're yet to graduate. There are so many things and you do not know much about the industry. So it is absolutely okay to ask for help. Make sure that you reach out to your mentor in case there is like a big escalation or you've not been able to meet a deadline or something really bad has happened. Reach out to your manager and let them know ASAP, right? Don't sit on it. Don't wait for a miracle to kind of happen and let everything get fixed on its own. Don't do that, because even when you come into the organization as a full-time as a full-time person or a full-time role, you will be required to do all of these things. So it's better that you start asking for help whenever required. If it's something is not clear, or if you need more clarity, or if you need some more time to do a particular task, make sure that you're openly communicating and asking for help right from the start. There's no shame in asking for help. You're just helping your own cause. The next one is my favorite. So network with your peers and with managers outside of your project. I know it is difficult. A lot of interns, obviously they have a lot going on in the 2 months or the 6 months that they are working, and there's no time to really network and talk to others. But my advice to you would be start doing that, and start doing that proactively. Organizations like Microsoft, they are a very open organization, so you can reach out to anybody from any team, asking them advice, connecting with them, talking about what product or what technology they are working on, just getting insights. It just helps in networking. And I'll tell you the reason why. For whatever reason, supposing your internship was great, but you probably did not get converted as a full-time, on a full-time role. What you can then do is reach out to this person or a manager from a different team and ask them if they have any opportunities in their team, right? So which is why it's very, very important to make connections, during your internship. And that is one of the reasons why internships happen as well. It's, of course, it is to kind of assess you and see if you will be a full-time fit in the later, few months, years, whatever. But it's also to see if, holistically, if other people are also seeing you as a fit for a full-time opportunity. So it's always good that you connect and make those connections with other managers and other peers from different businesses, different orgs, different teams, and stay in touch with them. Okay, this one again, asking for feedback. Now, a lot of us do not ask for feedback. In fact, it's okay. We are like, oh, we are doing a good job. We live in our bubble and we are happy. But asking for feedback helps. Again, right from the start, you should make sure that you're asking for feedback, not just from your manager, but also from your mentor, because you work very, very closely with them. So ask for feedback whenever possible, whenever you're connecting with them. Ask questions around what is it that I could have done differently? Is there something that you want me to pick up, outside of the scope of my project? Is there something that I can help with, which probably is time sensitive and you need like an extra pair of hands, right? So make sure that you are always asking for feedback, because that helps you be better. Again, a lot of people do not do that. This particular thing, which is asking for recommendations on LinkedIn. Now, interns kind of intern and they get their certificates, and they have a good time with it during their internship, and they've got their goodies and they're all excited. But what they're not thinking is long term. So what happens is, when you work with a manager or a mentor, for like a duration of 6 months or 2 months or whatever, you've already obviously created a rapport with them, right? And what you need to do in order to kind of continue with the rapport is that you ask for feedback from them on your LinkedIn profile. The reason why it is required is, say, for whatever reason, your full-time opportunity does not come through, the recommendation from that person is going to help you probably get another job in another organization. So always make sure that you request them for recommendation on LinkedIn. You could probably, as you're wrapping up your discussion with them, you could just ask them, would you mind giving me a recommendation? I'd be really happy to receive one from you, and it will really look good on my LinkedIn profile. So whatever the feedback that they've given you during your internship, just ask them to probably put down some words like 150, 200 words or something. Even that is going to make your LinkedIn profile rock. Last but not the least, participate in activities that are happening for you. So this is also coming from an intern PM who takes a lot of effort in designing the entire program and doing a lot of things for people like you all. Because obviously we want to create a good environment. We want to give you like a fun environment, and create a fun program for you. So make sure that whenever you're seeing like opportunities, participate whenever possible. If there is some program, or if there is like a leadership connect that's happening, and if they want like interns to host that, go ahead and do that. Like, do not stop yourself from participating. Even if you're shy, that's okay, but make sure that you're participating and having fun, because internship probably will happen in your life maybe once or twice, depending if in case you plan on doing your master's or your MBA, but probably once or twice in your life, right? So make the most of it and have fun, and network with others, and make sure that you're part of all of this, and you're enjoying yourself. All right, so I'm at the end of my video. I hope that you like this video, because this is coming straight from my heart. I worked on this internship program for so many years, and I know what goes on the back end. So I thought of sharing some insights, and hopefully it'll help you be successful in your internship. So with that, I'm going to take your leave. Thank you so much for watching and all the best. I hope you rock your internship. Bye.